Hello and welcome to another segment of our Shop Local Designers little interview style here, where we do 8 questions in roughly 8 minutes or so. I am your host, Caleb, for the afternoon, and I'm very pleased to have this special guest on for Shop Local Designers, and that is none other than Thabo Kopele. Hello, Thabo. How are you? Thank
I'm
you
alright, and
so much
yourself?
for coming on.
Hi, everyone. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you so much for the interview, Caleb.
Of course, thank you for the opportunity. It's truly an honor. I'm very excited to have you on and to get started.
Yeah, thank you.
So, whenever we're ready, we'll go ahead and again continue this 8 question and in roughly 8 minutes format or so for Shop Local Designers.
Cool.
For our first question, where is your business based and where did you start?
So my business is based in Johannesburg, South Africa, and I basically started it in Johannesburg as well. I'm not originally from the city. I'm from a small town called the Vaal, and that's just south of Johannesburg. It's a By small town, I really mean small town. And I had moved to Joburg for school, and that's when I decided to start my brand while I was still schooling. And yes, that's where we're based, and that's basically us.
That's amazing, and I know I've heard about how small your town is, and it really is that small. And so it's amazing that you're able
Yeah,
to take where you've come from and bring it to a bigger city
yeah,
perspective.
yeah. It hasn't been very easy, of course, but it's definitely a journey that I'm enjoying so far.
That's great, and that actually perfectly leads into our next question. What is your business about in a nutshell, and what makes your business your business?
Okay, so we focus on aesthetic minimalism in the context of an African voice. Um, I like to tell personal narratives that are more tangible, and I like to say that my clothing is um, a story that someone can tell. I believe fashion is further than just about clothing. Fashion is more about being able to hold the story that the designer has given you, and you being able to turn it into your own by whatever sentiment you can attach this garment to or look to. And yeah, that's basically what we're doing, just in a minimalist aesthetic, like I said, and in an African context.
That's amazing, and I have seen some of your work, and I'm definitely impressed, and I can't believe. And what I love is you can just tell the authenticity that is there from the African culture as well, and I think that is brilliant at that. So
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
thank thank you for spreading this amazing art to the world, and that kind of goes into our next question of with your neighborhood, your community. And so what do you like the most about your neighborhood and in which your business is located?
Definitely the hustle and bustle. We have so many nicknames for Johannesburg. We call it Joe Hustleberg, and that's literally because that's exactly what happens. You wake up in the morning, and you're on your way to work, or you're on your way to your studio, you're on your way to school, and everyone just has one mission, and they're just focused on that. Be it good or bad,
Mhm.
it still fuels the city, and I think that's something that honestly keeps me going as well, in times where I feel like I'm a bit demotivated and not so inspired. Just in a simple trip downtown, and I'm awake. I'm awake and I'm ready to take on the world. So that's definitely something that I really like most about Johannesburg.
Mhm. That's incredible, and I like that you call it the hustle and bustle and everything. That's I never knew that, so I love learning something new.
Yeah.
Um, for the next question, which social media platform do you use most for your business and for your brands?
We normally use Instagram and Twitter. Them being the one that have the most followings, we tried to focus more on that. But I think one realization I've come to in the past month or so is that we need to be available almost everywhere. So by next week or the week after that, almost any platform there is, you'll find us either on LinkedIn, Facebook, you name them, we'll be there.
That's amazing, and especially right now with the times in the world, you kind of have to be flexible. You have to be able to use every platform, and I think we can definitely agree that Instagram has found to be very beneficial for the fashion world.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's just obviously, we always need to be conscious about how far it affects us, in terms of our creative thoughts and all of that.
Mhm,
Um, I've definitely fallen victim to something of the sort, but like I said, we just always need to be aware of who we are as creatives and what it is that we have to offer the world, apart from just being on social media and whatnot.
mhm. That's a great
Yeah,
way to put it. Very well said. Um,
thank you.
and that our next question: what are your most exciting upcoming projects? And I know you said that you don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet, so I'm interested to see what route you'll take.
Uh, well, for now, I'd just like to say, people should just watch the space, keep their eyes and ears peeled. And yeah, soon enough, everyone will hear about what's coming up next.
I think you said that well. Do you think we'll hear anything, or maybe even an update on what could come in 2020?
Uh, maybe, who knows? We don't know.
Just taking the world one day at a time, right?
Exactly. That's the only way we've survived so far. So we
Mhm.
shouldn't change this formula that we're living by right now.
I totally agree there. And then our next question, I think you definitely handled that very well with the upcoming projects. I'm still sitting on the edge of my seat wondering what is to be expected. So, but for our next question, what is the impact of your business, of your brand in your community?
To make our consumers a lot more, sustainably aware, a lot more conscious about the impact that fashion has on the environment and the impact that their buying power has on the fashion industry in general. So I think our sort of responsibility is to educate our clients as to why we would not supply more than an X amount of units or garments or whatever the case may be,
Mhm.
simply because we're trying to be a lot more eco-conscious, and trying to take care of our environment, because without our environment we are absolutely nothing. So I think that is, for now, that is what we're trying to do. The bigger picture obviously is for that to be on a global scale, but charity should always start at home, and that's exactly what we're trying to do.
I think that's a great answer, and yes, the environment with today's world, we are constantly having to analyze it and really look at um, everything that's going on, that we how we are affecting the environment, and as you said, the fashion industry, unfortunately, is a big impact to the environment. So I think that's a great way and great method to have for your business. So thank you for
For
that.
sure. Thank you.
And that, I guess, can actually lead into our second to last question, which is what is the best compliment you've ever received from a customer?
Um, Apart from the sort of the word was meticulous. The word that was used in the sentence was meticulous. But I would just like to say that the stitching on the garments was quite well. I even impressed myself in that instance, and so that's when I received the compliment that I use meticulous stitching, and this was a private order at the time, so um, yeah, it was a very fulfilling sort of compliment. Another one was that I dress well, but I'm not very sure about that one. Um, but yeah, I think that's as far as I can remember.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a compliment can go a long way, and so I
really
think,
can.
even yeah, exactly, and even though it meticulous may not always be something you're looking for, I think I would take that as a compliment as well, because that shows
Yeah.
that you care a lot. You care very deeply for what your material and what your garment is.
Yes, definitely.
And that exactly right there, that meticulousness that you have and that you possess goes exactly into our final question. We are special because why are you special?
So we are special because we're trying to bring new aesthetics to the African continent to introduce the world to a different kind of Africa that isn't always boastful about their traditional, tribal prints, but more so about their tribal living in a modern day context. And that's what we're trying to do, is to just bring that out to the world, that Africa has evolved, Africa is evolving, and Africa will forever be evolving. And I think that's what could set us apart from the rest.
Well, I love that. That's a great answer. And I know you were a little uncertain how you were going to answer that, but I think that was a
I
great answer
was.
there. And so it's always one that tends to trip people up a little bit, but I thought it was a great answer. And thank you again, Tabo, for coming on, and for being willing to talk to us. It is greatly appreciated.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's really such an honor to be recognized and to be actually seen by such platforms, all the way across the world. And yeah, it's really something it's awe inspiring to say the least. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing, and I really appreciate you guys reaching out and having me on here. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you again. It really is amazing how one city can also connect us all. It's incredible. And so, for everyone listening and tuning in, please check out Tabo's Instagram. It's a beautiful place, and to check everything that his brand is doing, what he is doing, and what he's been up to as well. And so, thank you again, Tabo, for coming on, and thank you for doing this quick little format that we have here.
Thank you so much for having me again, Caleb. I really appreciate this.
It was an honor. Once again, I'm your host Caleb, and I've been here with Tabo. It's been an amazing opportunity here for Shop Local Designers, and we will see you next time.